Hi everyone, Bernard here. Hope you're all well. Welcome to the Citizen channel, and today we have a City present, don't we? Because I want to look at a Champions League. Yes, it's back with us. The Champions League's back with us. So we're going to have a look at the our first game in the 2021 Champions League. We're going to win it this year. A bit more on that in a moment. Yeah, we're going to do a big match preview on Manchester City versus FC Porto, Group C of the Champions League. Not exactly the group of death, was it? I mean, I'm surprised I didn't see more whinging from opposing fans about the group we got, to be honest with you. So we're going to have a look at that today. We'll have all our usual features, including a look at our opponents, some history, although there isn't much to talk about between ourselves and Porto. Even between Portuguese teams, there's not that much, to be honest with you. The odds on the game with my free just for fun bets, please. I don't condone gambling and only gamble what you can afford. Regular City magazine feature. And you are the ref feature, of course. Let me just get me little card there, so get that ready for you. So a question on there for you. See if it's an easier one today. I don't think you'll have any real big problems today. So the you are the ref feature. And please, anyway, much more as we look forward to our first game in the 2021 Champions League. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to 500. I'm a bit short, well, a lot short at the moment, but I'm trying to get up to 500 by Christmas. So if you're not already sub, please do so and tell your friends. That'll be absolutely fantastic. If you're certainly new to the channel, make sure your notifications on as well, so you get to know about these City Past vlogs and City Present vlogs. That'd be fantastic. And if you check my playlist, you see I do a lot of film and TV reviews as well. So if you like your film and TV, I do the odd quiz, stuff like that. Information vlogs as well, letting people know what's out to buy and stuff like this. So please, if you're interested in that as well, or you know somebody who might be interested in that, please point them in my direction. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And all comments are welcome. I'll do a starting 11 in a bit. If you've got an idea of what you think your starting 11 will be for the Porto game, please leave that. And if you haven't got time to leave a comment, please, just a thumbs up. It's fantastic. I'm trying to get, I think I've had 40 odd for one vlog quite recently, so I'm hoping to better that. I don't think I will with this one, but please, thumbs ups are always nice to get. And it's nice to get views, but it's nice to know you're out there and supporting me. Very much appreciated. Right, very quickly, you are the ref. Answer at the end of the vlog, of course. Right, here we go. You got three options with this one. Right, during a penalty shootout, a player tries a clever chip shot, but he hits the bar. Is it Penenka it's called? But he hits the bar. The ecstatic goalkeeper leaps up to celebrate with his teammates. Of course he will. But as he does so, the rebound strikes his upraised fist and flies into the net. The stadium freezes and everyone looks at you. I mean, be checking with VAR, wouldn't they? I don't know, looking at you. Is it a goal or a miss? Is it A, no goal, B, a goal, or C, no goal and a drop ball? I mean, a drop ball on the goal line. I mean, I'm quite confused, but it's obviously a penalty shootout, is it, as opposed to a penalty during the game? So why would they have a drop ball? But so to me, you've got two options, right? No goal, or no goal and a drop ball. But hey, there you go. So that's the you are the ref. Answer at the end of the vlog in a few minutes' time. Yeah, Porto. Yeah, we did. I think we played them once or twice back in the 80s in friendlies on European trips. I don't think we played them in England until they visited the Etihad in 2006 for that famous trophy that occasionally we won it, didn't we? One of the only trophies we used to win in those days, the 2006 for the Thomas Cook Trophy. Unfortunately, we didn't win in that season. They beat us 1-0 there at the Etihad. I think I went to that one. I just can't remember. I don't have the programme for it, so I'm a bit confused as to why I wouldn't have had the programme. But I'm fairly sure I did go to it, but my memory, I mean, it's terrible. The last time we did meet at the Etihad in a competitive game, obviously was a proper competitive game, was the 22nd of February 2012. Fantastic. Look at that. I'll put the image on here as well, that programme. The Europa League round of 32. I love that programme cover. I like the embossed. It probably not show it up on here. It might show up on the photo a little better. But the embossed in black City, you know me, my programmes. I do like that. So Great programme, absolutely fantastic. Of course, we'd won the first leg over in Portugal through an own goal and a late 84th minute Sergio Aguero winner. I mean, the Manchester Evening News had said at the time, I mean, they were quite impressed with this win in Porto. It was the Blues' finest this is the Manchester Evening News, it was the Blues' finest European night for some time as they turned over a team that rarely loses at home in their impressive stadium. Porto have a proven European pedigree and out notoriously difficult to beat in their hometown. Of course, we'd ended up in the Europa League because we got kicked out of the, being dumped out of the Champions League, didn't we? So it became the Losers Cup. I call it the Losers Cup because you're not good enough to win the Champions League, so you go into that. It makes a bit of a joke of it. I never agree with it, to be honest with you. I think it's wrong that third place Champions League team should enter that competition. I think it's really not right. Obviously, we didn't go on to do anything special after that anyway, did we? What was the lineup that night? Just as a matter of interest, we had Joe Hart, Richards, Company, Lescott, Clichy, Barry, De Jong, Silva, Yaya Toure, Nasri and Aguero. That was the starting 11 for that night. So how many of those are still with us? Let me have a look. Joe Hart, no. Richards, no. Company, no. Clichy, no. Back, no. Silva, no. No. Nasri, no. Oh, Aguero. Yeah, Aguero's still with us. I think I've got a picture. Have I put it up there? I don't know. I used to have a picture where he's in black and white and everyone's in black and white and he's left in colour. Yeah, I mean, the game on the night, yeah, comfortable, wasn't it? I mean, we were already 2-1 up from the away leg, obviously, but Sergio gave us the lead after just 19 seconds, obviously, at the Etihad with a low shot. And then it was sort of 76 minutes before he also turned creative for an Edin Dzeko goal, who scored in 76 minutes, and then Porto's player was sent off, and it was a formality, really, wasn't it? With the tie one, we eventually romped home with two well-worked late goals from David Silva, and here's one for you. Substitute, it could be a quiz question, this, couldn't it? Substitute David Pizarro. There you go, Mr. David Pizarro. I might do a moments in time on him one day. See, I'm not sure how many games he played. How are they doing in the league, Porto? Well, like us, they're only just into the start of their league, obviously, and after they've only played 3 games, although a lot of the teams have played 4 in Portugal. And they do sit, as they normally do at this stage with the last few years. It's usually been obviously Benfica and Porto who've sort of led the teams, with Sporting there as well. Obviously, Sporting Lisbon. This currently sits second. They've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 1. Behind Benfica, who obviously have played the 4 games, and Sporting are on the same points, but actually Sporting have played a game less. So if they win the game in hand, obviously it would move Porto down. Good draw from at weekend. He played away at Sporting at weekend and came away with a 2-2 draw, which was a good draw for them, obviously, to get a point at the massive opponent Sporting. Yeah, my little thoughts on the game. I mean, there's nothing to show that Porto are actually the success they've had over recent years is going to dawdle, is it? They seem to have found the right balance of buying players and selling players on, etc. They seem to have a good eye for a player, don't they? And perhaps we could do with nicking a couple of their scouts or something for ourselves. They are, obviously, when they did the draw, they were probably one of the teams we wanted, weren't they, out of pot 1, let's be honest about it. And they are, no disrespect, classed as one of the weaker teams, but hey, they're a good team. And it's the first game. We've both not played many games, so you're going to have to be on top of our game, I think, to win this one. But we should win it. I mean, obviously my score prediction later in the betting thing, but we will have to be, and we did all right, didn't we, against Arsenal? We were quite happy with that game. So we're going into this fairly well, and as I said, they are as well after a good battling 2-2 draw with Sporting. So it should be a good game. My predicted lineup, well, yeah, I mean, I think again we've got a couple, 2 or 3 sort of borderline coming back, aren't we? So I'll stick my neck out and I'll go with this lineup. I'm going with Ederson, Walker, Diaz and Aki. I mean, I assume Laporte's still not fit, so I'll go Diaz and Aki. I assume you start Cancelo. I don't think Mendy will be fit. Fernandinho, I put in instead of Rodri. I'm taking a chance there. I think it probably will be Rodri, but I'll stick Ferner in just in case, just for a bit of fun. Bernardo, Foden, Aguero. I think Aguero, since he started, as long as he's got no problems after the game against Arsenal. Mahrez and Sterling, I think that'll be the 11. Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Aki, Cancelo, Ferner, Bernardo, Foden, Aguero, Mahrez and Sterling. I think that's probably of what he's got available. As I said, there might be some borderline players coming back. I don't know. I certainly don't think KDB's fit enough, is he? So I think Bernardo certainly will be in there. I thought he played really well. I thought most of the team, it was a good team effort, wasn't it, against Arsenal? Yeah, I'll give you my score prediction in the betting. So anyway, let me know what you think if we've got a good chance. It's hard, isn't it? It's very hard with it's early on in the thing. I mean, we do okay early on. I've been sort of thinking back to our first games over the years, and we've done okay sometimes, haven't we? We haven't always quite put teams to, things to bed in the early rounds, have we? We sort of usually qualify with a game or two to spare, but yeah, it's no foregone conclusion. I think it'll be a good game. I hope it'll be good. I think there'll be goals as well, hopefully, which I think we'll talk about again in a minute. Right, the odds, please. In no way do I condone gambling, and please only ever gamble what you can afford, and if the fun stops, stop. I mean, this is just a bit of fun. I would never ever personally, even though I have gambled many years ago, I did make a living from it. It certainly wasn't on football gambling, that's for sure. It was on the horses. So please, these are just for fun, to have an extra interest in the game. So what did we do against Arsenal? Well, I managed to break even against Arsenal. I mean, 2 of my bets went down, but I did have to score under 3.5 goals. So the points I had on that sort of clawed back what I lost on my other couple of bets. So we broke even anyway against for the Arsenal one. Interesting, to win the Champions League, you know me, I usually lay City, don't I? I made quite a few quid last year laying City. I've just checked on Betfair now, and they're about 6-1 to lay City at the moment to win the Champions League. So that's not bad. I've put a few quid on, not much. Just I usually put a little bit on each week and see how it builds up, and I get a nice little nest. I don't miss it, so I put it on, because it's there. And then obviously by the end of it, obviously like last year, I got a nice little bonus when we went out, unfortunately. So you can't lose, I don't think, on that thing, because if we win the Champions League, I'll be more than happy, and it wouldn't bother me losing the money, because I say I only put a little bit on each week. So that's to lose it was 6-1. To actually win it, we're still joint favourites, believe it or not. I mean, this seems to happen every year, doesn't it? We're both 4-1, us and Bayern Munich. If you fancy Porto to win it, you can get 200-1 on Porto to win the Champions League. So there you go, that's interesting. See how that progresses over time. If City and Bayern will still be joint favourites, who knows? I think Liverpool are 6-1. You can get 6-1 on Liverpool. Right, match odds 2-7 on for City to win, 11-2 the draw, and 11-1 Porto, so not much value in there. First goal scorer, yeah, Aguero 11-4, Sterling 10-3, Mahrez 11-2, Foden 13-2, Torres 8-1, and Bernardo 10-1. For a Porto player to score, you got Marega at 11, Taremi at 12, Martinez at 12, and Evan Ilson at 13. I have no idea. You might know better than me whether these are worthy bets or not. I mean, I think they will score, to be honest with you. Both teams to score. You've got 7-10 yes and 6-5 no. So yeah, I was tempted to have a go on that, but I've not gone on that one. Obviously, the first bet's going to be in the correct score. I always do a correct score bet anyway, even though it's quite difficult, isn't it? Correct scores: 2-0 for City, 15-2, 2-1 to City, and 3-0 to City, 17-2. And the one I've gone for is a 3-1 City win. So I've gone 9-1, so a couple of points on that. I've gone City to win 3-1 at 9-1, a couple of points on that. Other bets, 1-0 is 10-1 for City, 4-0 is 13-1, a 1-1 draw is 12-1, or a 2-2 draw is 20-1. So if they copy what they did to Sporting and get a 2-2 draw, that's 20-1. If you fancy a Sporting win, your 2-1 win for, Sporting win. Porto win. A 2-1 win for Porto is 30-1. A 1-0 win for Porto is 35-1. A 3-1 win for Porto is 100-1. So that's quite, I mean, some value there if you're a Porto fan. You want a fancy little flutter on your team. Half time, full time. City half time, City full time, 8-11. A draw and City to win. Second half, 7-2. A draw and a draw is 10-1. Porto and Porto is 19-1. That's not bad. A draw and Porto is 22-1. City and then a draw is 25. Porto and then a draw is 25. Porto and then City is 25. City and then Porto is 66-1. So you fancy City to win at half time, but Porto to win full time, 66. Clickety click, 66. Anytime goal scorer, Aguero 4-7, too short. Sterling 10-11, too short. Mahrez 6-4. Possibly not. Foden 6-4, possibly not. Torres 2-1, Bernardo 3-1. I've been very generous, really 3-1 on Bernardo. He's probably the best value, but I'll leave that. Marega is 16-5, anytime goal scored for Porto. Taremi is 3-1. Evan Nilsson is 4-1. Under over, I did go on to this last time, didn't I? The under over, but I'm not gone on to that this time. Still got 2 bets to go, haven't we? So what am I doing here? Under over 3.5. So over 3.5 or under 3.5, you can get 10-11. So if you fancy either of those, under 2.5 is 11-5. Over 2.5 is 4-11. Over 4.5, so you've got to score 5 goals or more between us. That's 11-5, and under 4.5 is 4-11. So not much value in there. So I've gone to this City to win by market. I mean, I don't think City will win by more than 2 goals. If you win by 1 goal, it's 10-3, and if you win by 2 goals, it's 10-3. So obviously, on the basis I'm gone for 3-1, I'm gonna just hedge my bets here and to win by 1 goal, 10-3. I put 2 points on that, so I'm going to win by 1 goal. So 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, anything like that. I win by 1 goal. I think that's a good price, 10-3. And also the last thing, total goals. I've gone for the total goals scored, and yeah, I think there will be goals. As I said, I've gone to 3-1, so that's 4, isn't it? But I won't be surprised if it's a bit more. But I'm hoping it's not a Leeds job where it just ends up with an Arsenal job. I mean, there's not many goals in the last 2 games, has there? But if you put some money on total goals between 4 and 6. It's 5-4, so I've gone 5 points on that. I've gone 5 points on a total goal count in the game between 4 and 6. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how, please. And as I said, I don't condone gambling. Let me know if you're having a little flutter what you've had go on. Those are all sort of best prices, Bet365 prices. I've had a quick look. There's some sort of minor bookmakers where you might get better prices, so have a shop round if you can on that. Right, on to our regular City magazine feature. Yeah, City have said a huge thank you to the fans for the way they've rallied together in support of their groundbreaking Citizen Giving for Recovery campaign, and apparently they've raised over 575 excuse me, £575,000 raised so far. That's absolutely amazing. So thanks from City to the fans on that one. Mr. Sterling was asked about the Champions League and his thoughts, and all he said on his Twitter account. It's always good to play in the Champions League, especially with the difficult result we had in Portugal against Lyon. So it's great to have another try at it. Let's just go in it, enjoy it, and see where it takes us. Yeah, that's all we can ask, Raheem. I mean, that's all. Don't set your sights too high, because you come down with a big fall, aren't you? Right, there you go. The image is on the screen there. Yes, it's out. Issue 271 of King of the Kipax is out now with all the usual favourites. We've got Return to the Etihad, A Bad Day at the Office. We're not returning to the Etihad, are we? A Bad Day at the Office, Farewell Nick, Hello Ruben Diaz, Kevin and Ali, Sab's Seasons Predictions, How Could It Be Worse, Sean Riley's Lockdown, Emily's State of Flux. Yeah, Emily's getting about a bit, isn't she? I think she's on telly more than Bruce Forsyth used to be. Blue September Days, plus all the usual favourites. Yeah, King of the Kipax. So please, I'll put the subscriptions up, so I'll say give them your support, Sue and Dave. Absolutely fantastic. Dave sent me a copy of my newspaper thing back in the late 80s when I was trying to do a magazine myself for City, but not a fanzine, more a magazine at the time, because I'd done fanzines for many years on computer games, etc. So I didn't really want to do a fanzine as such. No disrespect to Dave at the time, who was just about starting his, but mine was a little bit different. But he did send me a clip, and I do have the actual original newspaper, but that's a little vlog in itself. I'll tell you all about it. I think I mentioned it in one of my early vlogs last year about what happened in general anyway with that. But yeah, so please, that was nice of Dave to send me that, and yeah, so give him a sub and give them your support, Sue and Dave. They deserve it, and all the team at King of the Kipax doing a great job. And I've managed to get a couple of programmes from the Leeds game and Wolves game. Yeah, I didn't even know. I thought it was all digital now. I mean, City do a digital programme, but so I've got the Leeds one. I'm just waiting for my Wolves one now. I'll do a little bit on that as well. But a good programme, so a well put together programme. It's nice to see clubs still putting a hard copy out there, like obviously the King of the Kipax is still a hard copy fanzine for us, isn't it? So don't forget it. So the subs are on there. Get sub to them now if you're not already sub to King of the Kipax. And it also points out a little book review as well that I put on Twitter. It's a new book, Soccer Satisfied. It's that was featured in King of the Kip-Art, so I didn't know about this till I read that. It's £15 Amazon, I think £6.99 for the Kindle version. And it's John Gwynn, a big City fan, and he was a radio broadcaster. He was on Sky as well, things like that. Plus a popular after dinner speaker, so that looks like a great book. So seek that one out. I did get someone comment on my face when I posted it on Facebook about he wouldn't buy anything with Fergie scum on the front, because obviously there's a picture of Mr. Ferguson, isn't there? But obviously he was a sports broadcaster, so he can't say I'm not interviewing you. And he had a bit of fun, Mr. Fergie. Although I couldn't think of anything worse than spending half an hour with Mr. Ferguson, to be honest with you. But there you go. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have him on the cover of my book, put it that way, my City book. But at the end of the day, it's a football book as well as a City book. So yeah, interesting. What do you think of that? I mean, would you go out and buy that because it's got Fergie on the front? There you go. Personalised copies are also available from John himself. So if you direct message him at only John Gwynn, I'll put it on the screen there. Please, you can get a personalised copy signed from him as well. Yeah, Pablo Zabaleta's gone. Pablo Zabaleta's resigned, retired. Yeah. So yeah, I wonder when he'll be back with us then. And he's supposed to be coming back to us, isn't he? So there's a little thing on there at I'm Deepak and just a little card with all his stats on as well. And I can't even read this. This is that small. But dear all, here we go. I'll read this. After 10 years as a professional footballer, I took the decision to retire from playing football. These have been wonderful years that gave me the opportunity to enjoy unique and unforgettable moments. Forever, I will thank all the people that shared the journey with me, clubs, teammates, coaches, and in particular my family and my friends. With a lot of emotions I have behind one of the best stages of my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We love you, Zaba. Come back, mate, as soon as you can. Absolutely fantastic. 333 games for City there on that stat. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's heaven's number, isn't it? 666 is the evil number. 333 is heaven's number. So what more could you say with Zaba? Half out. It's the guy you wanted with you in the trenches, isn't it? I always think of that. If you're in the trenches, who would you want with you? You definitely want Zaba with you, wouldn't you? So come back soon, mate. Fantastic. Interesting stat from Opta Joe on Zab. 953 tackles on 303 appearances for City. I think this is a Premier League for City and West Ham. The most of any player in the Premier competition since his debut in 2008-2009. So 953 tackles on 303 Premier League appearances. That's quite impressive from Zab. An interesting piece on David, another hero. Good, they're all coming out. David Silva, yeah, he's struggling a little bit in La Liga. He keeps getting booked. Well, he's been booked twice in 4 games, but obviously we know he likes to put his foot in. We saw it playing for City, didn't he? And obviously the refs aren't quite as. Having said that, I think the refs here, jump on City players quite quickly if we foul anyway. But he's struggling a little bit with that side of it because obviously it's not as physical as here in England. So good luck, Dave. I'm sure David will sort himself out and he'll learn not to put his foot in as much. Yeah, Christmas is coming. Did you know? We're not out of October yet, but yeah, I thought there's some things there. There's some great. If you want some great City themed stuff, obviously you can go to the City shop, can't you? But please check out the gingerwigcitygifts.com. Some great stuff on there. Some great cards and other Christmassy-fied stuff on there. And I just saw a couple of things on Twitter. So please, if you want something City-fied, I say you don't have to go to the City shop. Go to the gingerwigcitygifts.com. Some fantastic cards. Because it's independent, you get some really clever cards, don't you, as well? They're not quite as clever, I don't think, the cards in the official shop anyway. So give the Gingerwig a look at, and obviously you can follow him on Twitter as well and get to know all the latest stuff that he's bringing out. GW at GWHEWell0704. Just a little bit of fun before I finish this little magazine feature. Of course, we like a bit of banter, don't we? I'm sure Liverpool fans love a little bit of banter, and obviously they had the sad news. I mean, I'm not going to gloat over it. These things happen. This is what football's all about. The Mr. Van Dijk's a little bit injured, isn't he? So, these things happen. But GW at GWHEWell0704 commented, I believe the BBC are proposing to publish 2 Premier League tables throughout this season, an actual one and another what it would have been with Virgil. So that's quite funny. I'm sure the Liverpool fans enjoy that. They like a bit of banter, don't they? They're very, very easy to talk to and get on with, aren't they? Right, you are the ref. Here we go, the answer. The one you always... It's quite an easy one. I'll have to find an harder one. I think this was quite easy, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, so the question again, during a penalty shootout, a player tries a clever chip shot, but he hits the bar. This is a penalty shootout, not a penalty in the game, so I think they've made a bit of an error on the card, actually. But he hits the bar. The ecstatic goalkeeper leaps up to celebrate with his teammates, but as he does so, the rebound strikes his upraised fist and flies into the net. The stadium freezes and everyone looks at you. Is it a goal or a miss? A, no goal, B, goal, or C, no goal and a drop ball. How can you have a drop ball? It's a penalty shootout. So, Mr. Trevelyan and Mr. Hackett, you are the ref. You've got to sort these, get a bit, check it before you put it out there. Anyway, answer, yeah, it's B, isn't it? Of course it's a goal. If the laws of the game, the referee decides when a penalty kick is completed. So if the ref had decided, or you had decided as the ref, that once it hit the bar, you blew your whistle, it was over, then fair enough, it's no goal. But in this situation, he hadn't decided it's up to the ref. So in other words, he allowed the goal because the ref hadn't said it completed, it had finished. So there you go. I have seen one on the internet when he hits the bar and it zooms up in the air and then the goalkeeper runs away and the ball spins back in the net. You've probably seen it yourselves. It's been on a few times over the years. So, yeah, I mean, that was still a goal, yeah, because it's up to the ref. So, in theory, then, if the ref says once it hits the bar, it's over, it can not be a goal. But anyway, that's the answer. So, see, I mean, this is why it's so difficult, isn't it? There's so many deviations and so much you have to know. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Of course, I'll be back with a match review of this Porto game on Thursday afternoon. Please check out my recent Citizen channel, City Past and Present vlogs, the review of the Arsenal games on there if you want to have a look back at that and a bit of fun on that one. And of course, I'll be releasing the next 40 hours moments in time about a memorable game back in 1994 against Tottenham Hotspur at Main Road. So will be out in the next 48 hours. So that's I look forward to sharing that with you. Please check my links on screen. If you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. If you can get over to my website, moviegamenostalgia.com, it's my little day job for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, some great films, some great actors, some board games on there as well. If you can get over to that, it's absolutely fantastic. And as I said, if you check the playlist, if you're into your movies or your TVs or quiz, you like a good movie quiz, there's some of them on there as well. Please check my playlist for the film and TV channel, which and also if you're someone you may know, you might not be interested, but you may know someone who might be interested, please give them a kick and point them in my direction. I'll be very, very appreciative. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this big match preview of the Porto game. Yeah, I'm going 3-1 for City. Nice safe bet. Nice money in the bank there. Money in the bank. 3-1 for City. So let me know in the comments what you think the score will be. Anyway, whatever you do, the rest have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, Blues, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, please stay safe, Blues. Bird is saying goodbye for now.